If your Chevy is getting worse mileage than the window sticker promised, there is a reason, and it probably has nothing to do with how you drive. General Motors built several fuel economy killers directly into these trucks, and more than a few of them are running right now without your knowledge. The good news is that most of it is completely fixable once you know what to look for. So keep watching. Number 1. Active fuel management. If you have a 5.3 or 6.2 V8 in your Silverado or Tahoe from 2014 on, active fuel management is running in your engine right now. General Motors told you it was worth 5 to 15% better fuel economy. In reality, the engine toggles between 8 cylinders and 4 cylinders constantly, and it fires a small shot of fuel every single time it switches back to 8. That is not saving fuel. It is spending fuel in small bursts every few miles on every drive. The real-world gain across hundreds of owner data logs sits between 0 and 2 miles per gallon, and many Silverado owners see nothing at all. One owner logged 60 cylinder deactivation events on a single 15-mile commute, and every switch fires a fuel pulse when those cylinders wake up. That is your engine spending fuel to recover from its own fuel saving system, dozens of times per drive, without you ever knowing it was happening. The Range Technology Active Fuel Management Disabler is a $100 device that plugs in and turns the whole system off. Owners who run it report the same mileage or better than leaving active fuel management enabled. You can disable General Motors' own fuel-saving technology on your Silverado, and your fuel economy does not get worse. That means you have been running a feature that costs you nothing to remove. But the fuel economy side is actually the smaller problem with active fuel management. Then there are the lifters. The specialized hydraulic lifters that active fuel management uses are fragile. I have seen collapsed lifters, bent push rods, and wiped cam lobes on these engines in the shop. Repair bills run $3,000 to $8,500. A class action settlement covered millions of 2014 through 2021 trucks. Active fuel management is a reliability tax dressed up as a fuel economy feature, and the $100 plug-in device is one of the best investments a Silverado owner can make. But the lifter problem does not live by itself. It has a partner, and that partner is General Motors' own choice of oil. Number 2. Fuel dilution and the 0W20 oil spec. The 5.3 and 6.2 engines use direct injection, which sprays fuel straight into the cylinder at very high pressure. A small amount of that fuel gets past your rings and into the crankcase on every drive. People who run used oil analysis on these trucks consistently find the factory 0W20 thinning down to around 16 weight by 3,500 miles. Your oil is wearing out faster than your dash minder knows. That matters because General Motors picked 0W20 to improve their EPA cold start number, not because it is the best oil for your engine. The AFM lifters run on precise hydraulic oil pressure, and when that oil is thin and contaminated, those lifters are working in conditions they were never designed for. The fuel dilution and the lifter failures are not two separate problems. They are the same failure chain running in sequence. In 2025, General Motors' own recall on the 6.2 engines required owners to switch from 0W20 to 0W40, Mobile 1 full synthetic. If you want General Motors' official position on whether the factory oil spec was protecting your engine, that recall is your answer. Stop waiting for the dash minder to tell you to change it. It is not calibrated for what these engines are actually doing to their oil. But the V8 is not the only place General Motors is bleeding fuel economy out of your truck. Some of the next ones have nothing to do with the engine at all. Number 3, auto stop start defaults to on every single start. Every modern Chevy with auto stop start, and that covers the Malibu, Equinox, Traverse, and Silverado 1500, including the 3.0 Duramax diesel, and most of the lineup in between, resets to on every time you start the vehicle. On 2014 through 2018 Silverado 1500s, there was no disable button at all. Some owners figured out they could wedge a toothpick into a specific bed outlet switch to fool the system into thinking the truck was in camping mode. People were sticking toothpicks in their Silverado bed switches to outsmart a fuel economy feature. That is how much GM's auto stop start is actually helping you. GM claims about 1 mile per gallon on the EPA test. The company that makes the auto stop eliminator memory device says in their marketing that the system does not provide much gas savings for Chevy vehicles. When the company selling the fix acknowledges the thing does not work, the discussion is over. In hot weather, the cabin heats up while the engine sits stopped at a light, so the air conditioning runs hard on restart and cancels out the savings. On short trips, the restart enrichment eats the benefit entirely. And on the Malibu specifically, there is a transmission-mounted auxiliary pump that maintains hydraulic pressure while the engine is stopped, and it fails. The repair runs over $1,000. You added a failure point that will cost more to fix than you will ever save in fuel. But the stop-start system at least announces itself every morning when you have to press the button to kill it. This next one runs in the background for months without telling you a thing, and it showed up in my shop more times than any other issue on this entire list. Number 4, tow haul mode. I had a guy come in who was convinced his Silverado had a fuel system problem. He was getting 240 miles to a tank. His buddy with the exact same truck and engine was getting 320. I went through it for 20 minutes before I spotted the tow haul indicator sitting in the corner of the cluster. He had been driving in tow haul for a month. The truck never threw a warning light, never logged a fault code, and never gave him a single reason to look at the cluster. Starting with the 2019 Silverado 1500 and spreading to the 2020 Silverado HD and the 2021 Tahoe and Suburban, tow haul mode added a memory function. If you shut the truck off with tow haul active and restart within 2 hours, the mode stays engaged. Older trucks reset at every key cycle, but these newer ones do not. Tow haul holds lower gears longer, raises cruise revolutions per minute, and downshifts aggressively on every mild descent. Going from 320 miles per tank to 240 is a 25% fuel economy penalty from one button. A driver who tows in the morning, stops for lunch, and drives home in the afternoon spends the whole commute dragging that anchor without knowing it. First thing I check now on any fuel complaint with these trucks is the cluster, every single time. This next setting causes the same quiet damage and even fewer owners catch it. Number 5, 4 auto that never turns off. If you have a Silverado LTZ or High Country, or a 2015 and later Tahoe or Suburban Premier, there is a 4 auto setting on the transfer case. It runs a clutch to the front axle continuously, so the truck can grab traction the instant a wheel slips. The owner who clicked it during a January ice storm is still running 4 auto in July, because this setting saves across key cycles. The front drive shaft, front differential, and half shafts are all spinning at road speed all the time. Forum testing shows a half to 1 mile per gallon penalty on a typical 40-mile round trip compared to running in too high. I have heard dealers tell Silverado and Tahoe customers to leave it in auto year-round. I will tell you what the owner's manual says. Do not do that. Number 6. Active grille shutters stuck open and telling you nothing. Active grille shutters live behind the front fascia on Silverado 1500 models from around 2014, plus the Malibu, Equinox, Traverse, and Cruise. Above roughly 30 miles per hour they close, smooth the airflow over the front end, and deliver around a 6% aerodynamic improvement. That is a real and measurable benefit on the highway. They also fail routinely. Ice and packed snow jam the actuator. Water kills the motor module. The module is glued together, so you cannot replace just the motor. The whole assembly runs from $220 to $350. For a wide range of fault codes, there is no warning light at all. The shutters fail in the open position, your highway miles per gallon drops a couple points, your engine takes longer to reach operating temperature on cold mornings, and the instrument cluster says nothing. I have had owners come in for months chasing a mileage problem before we found frozen grille shutters. If your highway numbers on any of these models have quietly drifted down without explanation, that is the first physical thing I check. Keep watching because this next one is the take that is going to start a debate. Number 7, the 2.7 Turbo Max versus the 5.3 V8. The 2.7-liter Turbo 4 is the base engine on the 2019 and later Silverado 1500. I know what I am about to say is going to get pushback. GM markets it as the efficient choice. EPA rates it at 18 miles per gallon city and 21 miles per gallon highway. Owner-reported real-world numbers consistently come in at 14 to 18 miles per gallon city and 18 to 20 miles per gallon highway. On the freeway above 70 miles per hour, it frequently delivers worse fuel economy than the 5.3 V8 in the same truck. A small turbocharged engine hauling a full-size pickup truck lives on boost at interstate speeds. The efficiency advantage it has at 35 miles per hour around town evaporates completely when the turbo is working hard at 75 miles per hour on a loaded freeway. I personally think the 5.3 V8 is the better engine for the Silverado 1500 in almost every real-world use case. I think the dealer pitch for the Turbo Max as the smart economical choice is one of the more misleading things happening in Chevy showrooms right now. Add a factory engine control module reprogram issued for misprogrammed injection quantities on 2019 through 2022 units, plus early crankcase cracking reported on 2023 models, and my recommendation every time is the 5.3 V8. The dealer will push the 4-cylinder, and I am telling you to push back on that. If you are getting good, consistent highway numbers out of a Turbo Max Silverado, drop it in the comments, because I want to hear from you. If you are finding this useful and you want honest Chevy information without the spin, hit subscribe. New videos every week, and none of it comes from a press release. But if bad software settings made you angry, wait until you hear what your factory trim level is quietly doing to your fuel economy. Number 8. The Trail Boss fuel penalty nobody mentions on the test drive. The 2019 and later Silverado Trail Boss and ZR2 come from the factory with a 2-inch suspension lift and aggressive all-terrain tires. The 2024 Trail Boss with the 2.7 engine is EPA, rated at 17 miles per gallon combined. A matched RST with the same engine is rated at 19 combined and 22 miles per gallon on the highway. That is a 5 miles per gallon highway gap from the trim level alone, which works out to roughly 15% of your fuel economy gone because of a badge. More frontal area, a raised body that disturbs underbody airflow, a knobby tread pattern, and stiff sidewalls all stack up fast. Owners who swap to Michelin Defender LTX or Falcon Wild Peak AT3W tires consistently report getting 1 to 2 miles per gallon back. Trail Boss owners with the 6.2-liter engine I have talked to went from 14 to 17 miles per gallon on the factory all-terrain rubber to over 20 miles per gallon on the highway after a quiet all-season tire swap. The dealer talks about the lift, the stance, the capability. You find out about the fuel bill when you are filling up twice a week. If you like the Trail Boss look but do not need the full off-road tire, a tire swap is the single best fuel economy investment on that truck. But the Trail Boss badge is at least honest about what it is. The next one is sold to you as a fuel economy solution, and it is not. Number 9. The Tailgate and Tonneau Paradox. Dealers sell soft tonneau covers as a fuel economy upgrade all day long. Here is what actual testing shows. When a pickup runs with the tailgate up and no cover, a stable low-pressure zone forms in the bed that lets the airflow over the cab slip cleanly off the back of the truck. Consumer Reports measured their best combined fuel economy on a pickup V8 with the tailgate up and no tonneau at all. It beat every other configuration, including the tailgate down and the soft roll-up cover. Soft roll-up tonneaus disrupt that vortex and catch wind at the trailing edge at freeway speeds. The best-case scenario for a quality hard tonneau at 65 miles per hour is less than 1 mile per gallon. At mixed city and highway driving, that benefit drops further. The soft roll-up your dealer installed during delivery prep for $800 is likely costing you miles per gallon, not saving any. The only covers that produce a real aerodynamic benefit are hard, flush-fitting, over-the-rail designs. The soft vinyl roll-up your dealer probably pushed on you at delivery is not one of them. Buy a tonneau to keep your bed dry or because you like the look, but do not buy one expecting to recoup the cost at the pump. That $800 cover is a dealer profit story, not a fuel economy story. But the tonneau upsell is at least something you can undo for free. This next trap costs a lot more and does not announce itself until the repair bills start rolling in. Number 10. Duramax diesel particulate filter regeneration and the short trip trap. Colorado owners who buy the 2.8-liter Duramax are buying that 30 miles per gallon highway number on the window sticker. Then they drive it to work for a few weeks and discover diesel particulate filter regeneration. Every 200 or so miles in city driving, the engine control module injects extra fuel to heat the exhaust filter to roughly 1,150 degrees Fahrenheit to burn off the accumulated soot. During that cycle, which runs 12 to 20 minutes, your fuel economy collapses from around 28 miles per gallon down to 19 or 20. The buyers who take the worst hit are the commuter buyers. General Motors markets the fuel-efficient diesel 2. Short daily drives mean regeneration cycles fire 2 to 4 times a week. Stack enough short trips without giving the Colorado's filter a long highway run, and it plugs entirely before it can clean itself, which leads to either a dealer-forced regeneration at around $270 or a full filter replacement at $3,000 to $5,000. The Duramax on a true highway route is a great engine. That 30 miles per gallon number is real in the right conditions. But if your commute is under 20 miles each way, this engine is going to cost more than you planned, and the fuel economy case falls apart. But the Duramax problem only catches you if you bought the wrong truck for your commute. This next one is different, because the problem was baked into the car from day one, and most Cruise owners never find it until the mileage is already gone. The pattern running through every Chevy on this list is the same. Mode switches on your Silverado and Tahoe bleed fuel without telling you a thing. Factory components. General Motors marketed as fuel savers get defeated by a $100 plug-in device. Oil specs were chosen for the EPA test, not for your engine. General Motors builds solid trucks, but between the window sticker mileage and your actual fill-up receipts, there is a consistent gap, and now you know where it is going. I also put out a full breakdown of the 3 worst and 4 best Chevy transmissions ever made. If you own a Silverado, a Tahoe, or a Camaro, one of those transmissions is sitting in your vehicle right now, and you want to know which list it is on before you find out the hard way at 100,000 miles. That video is up next.